Hi guys, welcome back to another installment of Professor Charles' Live. And today we're going to talk about Beastars. And like I said, let's get right into it. A Netflix series on Netflix, decent show, interesting message. But let's talk about the show and what it's about. So Beastars is a show dealing with the animal kingdom. And each character has different things going on with them, but let's talk about what it starts off. We start off with Legoshi and Haru. We see that Legoshi tries to kill Haru because they're natural prey and predator. You know what I'm saying? Well, predator and prey, excuse me. And pretty much Legashi's a gray wolf. Haru's a white rabbit. But the plot twist is very interesting with this. Gotta say that reason I say that is because despite that, they do care about one another. So let's talk about that. So Legoshi is this gray wolf, and pretty much he's very how can I say, he's the popular kid at the school. He's 17 years old. He's also an actor. And also in the story, like I said, we have Haru. Haru's 18. She's a loner. She's promiscuous. She would sleep with anybody, kind of person. But despite that, they become friends. They say opposites attract. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your friend, you may not be like that particular friend, but you still see that they have friend qualities. But also in Beastars, we have two other characters. We have Lewis. Lewis is a deer. Lewis is originally Haru's previous lover, which is very interesting. That has some hatred towards Legoshi. Because in this series, we deal with racism, we deal with having unconditional love for a person despite their outer appearances and how they treat themselves, excuse me. Also in the series, who's going to be the most popular kid in this acting class? Also we see that Legoshi has some issues. He's killed a couple students off of his natural instinct. You know what I'm saying? These are animals. You have like I said, you have the meat eaters, you have the plant eaters. So it's a hierarchy. Each student wants to be a certain type of way. We see Legoshi kind of do that with the other animals. The tiger and some of the other animals, they clash because they're like, hey, we want to be the next Beastar of the school. Also in the series, we see Legoshi pretty much do something very risky with Haru. When Haru is kidnapped by the mob, we see that Legoshi said, "Hey, look." When Lewis told, he said, yeah, they got her. He like, they got her. So you see Legoshi kind of become this friend at the spur of the moment, despite always hanging out with Haru. We see him go take a huge risk to go rescue her. But also in this series, we have another character, Juno. Juno's another wolf, like Legoshi. Possibly, I guess you could say, like a friend to Legoshi, but she also has feelings for Legoshi, like Haru does. But Haru does not excuse me, not Haru. Legoshi does not see Juno as that particular person. She's cool and all, but that's just not my particular thing. He's like, I'm more into Haru. But we also see that their relationship is very interesting because she was being bullied at the school. Legoshi comes to the rescue because they were picking on her and, just kicking her and everything. I said, man, that's insane that happened to her. But you see him step up. He said, hey, leave her alone. So they're all in acting. But the thing is, with that, in a particular sense, you see that he's more one of those people. He's like, hey, back off. When they see the wolf, they're kind of fearful of him because of his nature. I don't know if that was on purpose with this Beastar series, but also we see when Legoshi goes to rescue Haru from the mob, which is the lions and stuff, Lewis, oh my God, Lewis literally, he's probably the realest character in the show. Yes, Legoshi and the other character, the panda that he met before in the city, we see that they care about one another and being allies since it's rescuing Haru. But Lewis does the most despicable thing. He kills the head of the mob and never returns to the school. So Lewis kind of lost it. You know what I'm saying? I guess when he found out that Haru was kidnapped, I never expected Lewis to be that way. He seemed kind of cold, kind of, selfish. He had a cold demeanor about himself. But we see Lewis just snap. He lost it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they lose their sanity when certain things happen. And I guess maybe Lewis felt when Legoshi tried to rescue Haru, he may have felt like, if I don't do anything, then they're going to come back after her and kidnap her again. So I was like, man, that's crazy. So we see the students clash due to their differences, despite them being meat eaters, plant eaters. The music's on point. Shockingly, also the voice actor for Haru is Kari from Digimon. I can't think of the voice actor names. I'm not good with voice actor names unless I know a few that stick out. But like I said, the show was phenomenal. Like I said, very realistic themes. We see that with humans, racism, we do experience that, but we also see that Legoshi really cares about Haru despite her traits as a person. He didn't look at that. He didn't see that in her. But also we see they finally get together at the end, but you can see Haru still very uncomfortable with Legoshi because what they are. He's a freaking wolf. She's a freaking rabbit. And her, when they do, get together, it's awkward, you know what I'm saying? Because she feels like he's going to end up eating her, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. He said, I care about you and stuff. And it's very interesting, that character dynamic between the two, because we see throughout the series that they do tend to appreciate one another. In Legoshi's ultimate secret, he finally told her, he confessed and said, hey, look, I'm sorry for trying to kill you and hurt you, because Legoshi, that insecurity was in him. You know what I'm saying? His instincts, his animal primal instincts came out. And he's like, man, I sure, want to tear that rabbit up. And that's probably what it was, So you can see that Legoshi faced pretty much duality. Also, with Lewis' character, he faced being killed. So he had a hatred towards the meat eaters at the school because he was in a cage. They were going to eat him. And poor Lewis, like I said, the last of the series, he literally flipped the script. I said, my God, this is incredible. I never expected Lewis to do the unthinkable and kill the head of the mafia. I mean, I knew Lewis cared about Haru, but not as much as Legoshi. So, guys, this is my review on it. I give this show on Netflix a 5 out of 5. Like I said, I have read the manga, some of it. I'm sure there's definitely some differences with the manga. And like I said, I really like the show. I'm looking forward to season 2. If you have not seen Beastars, you need to check it out. But until next time, guys, you tell me what you think. Have you seen Beastars, the animated series on Netflix? You tell me in the comments. And if you have seen it, what did you enjoy about it? And what made you stick to it? Until next time, guys, your boy Professor Charles S. Live. I'm out. Moment time.